What if I told you that one of the most famous events in the night sky is also one of the most misunderstood? Millions of people will look up at the moon this month. Some will call it a blue moon. Others will believe it brings luck. Some will claim it changes emotions. And many people will share stories about mysterious energy and strange effects. But how much of that is actually true? What exactly is a blue moon? Why is it considered rare? Can it really affect human behavior? And why has humanity been fascinated by the moon for thousands of years? To answer those questions, we need to travel billions of years into the past, long before humans existed, long before dinosaurs walked the earth, long before oceans were filled with life. A violent collision changed our planet forever. Scientists believe that more than 4 billion years ago, a Mars-sized object slammed into the young Earth. The impact was unimaginably powerful. Vast amounts of rock and molten material were blasted into space. Over time, gravity pulled that debris together. Eventually, it formed a new world. The Moon. Since then, the Moon has remained Earth's constant companion, orbiting our planet every month, influencing the tides, stabilizing Earth's tilt, and quietly shaping life on this planet. Without the Moon, Earth might be a very different place today. But despite being so familiar, the Moon is often misunderstood. Many people believe the Moon changes shape throughout the month. In reality, it never does. The Moon is always a sphere. What changes is the amount of sunlight we can see reflecting from its surface. As the Moon orbits Earth, different portions become illuminated from our perspective. This creates the lunar phases: new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, and then the cycle repeats again. A full moon occurs when Earth sits almost directly between the sun and the moon. At that moment, the entire Earth-facing side of the moon is illuminated by sunlight. The result is the bright glowing disk we call a full moon. This happens roughly every 29.5 days. For thousands of years, full moons have inspired myths and legends. Ancient cultures associated them with gods. Others believed they influenced emotions. Some feared them. Others celebrated them. Even today, many people believe full moons cause unusual behavior. Scientists have investigated these claims for decades. While moonlight can influence visibility and may affect sleep patterns in some cases, there is little scientific evidence that full moons dramatically change human behavior. The myths remain popular, but the evidence tells a different story. Now we arrive at one of the most famous lunar events of all: the blue moon. Despite its name, a blue moon is usually not blue. This surprises many people. The modern definition of a blue moon is simple. It is the second full moon that occurs within a single calendar month. Because lunar cycles last approximately 29.5 days, and calendar months vary in length, an extra full moon occasionally appears. When that happens, the second one is called a blue moon. This event occurs only every few years. That rarity gave rise to the famous phrase, "once in a blue moon," meaning something that happens very rarely. But can the moon ever actually look blue? Surprisingly, yes, although extremely rare. Major volcanic eruptions, large wildfires, and certain atmospheric conditions can fill the air with tiny particles. These particles sometimes scatter red wavelengths of light. When that happens, the moon can appear bluish in color. Historical records show that this has occurred after some of the largest volcanic eruptions in history. However, most blue moons have nothing to do with color. They are simply calendar events. Another mystery often associated with full moons is the idea that they affect sleep. Researchers have explored this question for years. Some studies suggest that moonlight and lunar cycles may have subtle effects on sleep in certain individuals. Other studies find little or no significant impact. The scientific debate continues, but one thing is clear: the dramatic claims often found online are usually exaggerated. The moon is fascinating enough without inventing powers it does not possess. Yet there is one way the moon absolutely affects Earth. Gravity. The moon's gravitational pull creates tides across the world's oceans. Every day, billions of tons of water move because of the moon. Without lunar gravity, ocean ecosystems would function very differently. This influence is measurable, predictable, and scientifically proven. The moon also stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. That stability helps maintain relatively consistent seasons over long periods. Without the moon, Earth's climate could become far more chaotic. In many ways, life on Earth owes a tremendous debt to our nearest celestial neighbor. Today, humanity's relationship with the moon is entering a new chapter. Space agencies around the world are preparing new lunar missions. Scientists hope to establish permanent research stations. Future astronauts may live and work on the moon. It could become a gateway for future journeys to Mars. The same object that inspired ancient myths may help shape humanity's future among the stars. The next time you see a full moon rising above the horizon, remember what you are looking at. A world born from cosmic violence. A world that shaped Earth's history. A world that controls the tides, a world that guided ancient civilizations, and a world that still inspires curiosity today. Whether it is a full moon, a supermoon, or a rare blue moon, its true story is far more fascinating than fiction, because the greatest mystery of the moon is not supernatural power. It is the incredible science that made it possible. And that science is every bit as amazing as the myths.